Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. So yeah, the cam holder is the way it is, I think. It's not actually stuck in the window, as you can see. I was trying to get more interesting shot for you. It's not really much more interested than that. It needs to have a firm grip on the phone as well. Looks like a little bit like an earthquake. But yeah, this is my new motor I'm driving around in, so it's quite quiet. I'm just doing a few other things. I've just a few little things to improve my life and other stuff like that. I recently got myself a smartphone because I was just looking up smartphones generally, and I found one that was basically, it could like to check my blood pressure, it could body temperature, oxygen levels in my blood, all sorts of things. I thought, well, this might be quite useful because I had some great concerns about my health, but I don't think they're massive concerns really. I think basically it probably is fluctuating quite a bit between some of the lower and higher range, but the average seems to be fine, so it's within the average framework. As you get older, then your blood pressure changes a little bit as well. Your heart rate is higher over time anyway. Not that I don't want to lose weight and do things with my health. I just need to take time off to do it because it's quite difficult. It takes a lot of willpower just to sort of limit your diet and work and not be affected by it. And there's also pressure when I visit clients, as that they might be offering me like biscuits and cups of tea and stuff like that. And I think it's easy to say no. I mean, I can be sort of saying that. I mean, one day I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And the next day I was like, no way. It was sort of reaction that's sort of like, it's a bit of a strong, like, I'm trying to diet, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to that. And they're like, well, okay, you sure you don't want one? Because I don't know, it's just because it's culturally it's different for some people. Some people that do dietary things might be more understanding, or what they might do is they might open up to this, like, and they tell you their advice on certain stuff. So it might be that they have smaller portions regularly and all this other thing. Yeah, you still need time, and if you're preparing real food, otherwise you'll just be eating junk. But it doesn't actually work like that. That's not how you put on weight. A lot of it's to do with hormones, gut health as well, and inflammatory responses, because a lot of it is also water weight, which how can you control your water weight? Could be you got too much sodium, so it could be that you need more water anyway. You need water to get rid of water. Potassiums can reverse some of that, but the thing is having that knowledge of all your what's going on under the hood. What you're prone to, and sometimes you can get a picture from your parents because they might have certain conditions or health stuff going on, and you can use that. I mean, I had a DNA thing. I should go have a look through my DNA and see what it says that I potentially have. I think they're kind of hitting in the right direction. It's not always correct, but they are pretty much. I don't know where I'm going. This way, aren't they? Yeah. Just had to think a bit then. Otherwise, I'll be going off to. Well, I could go another route completely. So yeah, certain genetic markers can help. It could be that your ethnic group as well, that they're prone to things like diabetes or putting on weight. Diabetes is quite a lot of groups actually come under that. It's because they used to eat high fat. They used to eat certain types of diets. Maybe they're not very healthy fats, but because they ate them in such a small amount, it wasn't a problem. But then they had more access to buying these, and at a higher level, they're not so great. It's like I've got a whopping tub of peanut butter. Now, I don't know how healthy peanut butter is, but I don't think I should probably eat loads of it. I'm sure it'd have some ramifications. But yeah, I mean, I'll just have to incorporate it in my diet. A bit like I've had a client who gave me some things she cooked. Now, she couldn't really process it herself. Problem is, she might have some bacteria and things that are not so great in her environment, some gut bacteria. So if you sampled the food or touched it or contaminated, that she might be passing potentially stuff on to me. I can't necessarily guarantee the quality of what she's produced. She seems to think that I'm going to think it's really great. I'm not against it, but I'd have to add my own thing to it. The only thing is now, she had like cream and all these other things. I've probably got to dilute it and then add something else into it and add some spices that might balance it out. Like turmeric, it's quite a good thing to have with your food. Or cream and stuff, it's quite good. You get something called golden milk, that's what they use. I did what someone did. They just was coming at this junction. They just went round and come back on themselves. They did save themselves like 10 seconds. Depends how desperate somebody is to save time. Yeah, sorry you got this thing in your way, but you can't. I mean, I did try looking at film myself, and it take a nice picture, photograph, but the reality is that it wouldn't video so well because there's not enough natural light inside the car, and it's not really up for it. So lots of health stuff to look at because obviously I want to extend my life, like most people, and you want to enjoy life as well. So I've got some sorting out of my head to sort out. I think if sometimes things are too difficult to deal psychologically, you sometimes just need to remove that element out of your life, and that's difficult. Yeah, so this car's a smooth ride, but you just got to play around with the gears a bit. And there's some people who've got faster vehicles that just sort of charge it along, and fine, but they don't really save too much time. So toxic elements, yeah, you just sometimes got to remove things out of your life if you can't deal with them. And sometimes there's the right time for it, and it just isn't something you can't deal with. And there's also having the right kind of, not necessarily professional, but you want to present yourself in a particular way, and you sometimes hear your own thoughts, or you say out loud what you think you'd want to say, and you think to yourself, that does sound a bit petty, or it's just like no, maybe not. It might you in your head you might think it's a good idea, but you might be thinking no. So I started using, so I use AI with some of the videos I'm doing, and I'm just sort of drawing off stuff off the internet, looking around through archives and all sorts of things. But I think it adds another three-dimensional. So if you've got an old archive that talks about, I don't know, vampires or whatever, and hasn't been touched for years, and people will dip in there if they're actually sort of heavily researching it. But I think bringing it into a video breathes new life into it. And also I'm trying to get is a picture of facts, like a body of facts, to get an idea of what's out there. It's a bit like, people might be fascinated by the Dog Man, but if there's only one source that's producing all the information around Dog Man, then it's all werewolves and things. It seems to be a sort of limited what's there. It's not to say that it isn't a phenomenon at all, or folklore or whatever, because obviously folklore, obviously everyone knows what a werewolf is. But is there anything to back up modern? Someone's seen this, someone's seen that. And then there's this sort of question: is it a changeling? Is it a skinwalker? Is it a Bigfoot or something? And then there's sort of like all these different types of Bigfoot. So it's kind of okay, we need to sort this out and sort of frame it really, because you get entities that have physical forms, and so maybe like Bigfoot kind of is or Sasquatch is is Yeti and so on. There's different. There might classifications for these beings, and just you put under an umbrella, like jinn or shadow people jinn can cover a wide range of these like ethereal beings basically, or they could come under classification of smokeless fire, but that's an appearance thing. Someone seeing them moving around, and so it looks like a smoke trail but it was in the shape of a person, and then it vanished. But there was no fire to be seen, or there was no real smoke. So it's kind of like, that's what I mean. It's smokeless fire stuff. So it's trying to figure out a classification based on physical dimensions, certain properties it has. Does it share them with anything else? Which is probably good. I mean, there probably is something out there for classifying certain types of beings. And then also things that could affect them, sort of like weaknesses. Is light, does it have an issue around light? Does it have an issue with fire or stuff like that? Or is it certain it doesn't actually have a weakness at all, so it's impervious. That's what I was going to try to dig out most coal. It's impervious to fire, or it doesn't, or being attacked by ballistic type weapons, missiles and things. So that'd be interesting. The other thing I might do, talking about things like AI as well, and because I sort of veered off slightly, is that I cloned my voice. So I've just played around with that. I just did like 30 seconds. I was quite impressed, and I thought, blimey, I sound like I'm really posh. But it's like a slightly different version of me. So it's interesting, and it says some sort of clicking in there. Must have said something like that, and it uses that sometimes, which is interesting. I mean, it gives it a sort of slight human thing, but then maybe slightly alien, something a bit different about it. So it's good is AI experimenting stuff, using new technology, because this stuff seems all quite brand new and interesting to me. But the next generation is going to be commonplace. Like, oh, AI, yeah, that's right. You tap on apps with your finger. I just talk to the phone, or stuff like that. I've got an AI assistant built into my phone. I might look at things like writing books and novels. It's really, that's the thing is, it got a new technology with the potential to make you money, make itself money, and launch you further ahead. And you want to be able to put some of your creative energy, so you get the maximum then, is putting some of yourself in there, because you don't want to be sort of like, well, I don't want this, I want that, and get on with it. I mean, which some people might do, but you're looking for something where you can influence it a bit more. And I think also AI has learned. So when I provided my voice, it gave an idea of maybe how I'd like to speak, how I'd like words, the choice of words, some of them is to do with itself. So, it's like these sort of cliche things like it's stranger than fiction, but then that sometimes makes it true, or puts your head into a spin. The veil of our understanding has limitations. We just don't know where they are. It's sort of, I don't know, whatever it might be, but that's sort of interesting stuff. So yeah, playing around with AI, I think that's something I'd advise everyone to do, really. I would also suggest that maybe smart tech is worth looking at. Some fear it might take information and so on, but if you can monitor your own health, it makes it a lot easier. And also like sleep as well. So I had like 6.5 hours sleep yesterday. So it took me about half an hour. It took me maybe about 38 minutes went into some sleep, and then it started registering that. But the thing is, I haven't had a solid 7 hours sleep, so I thought, I tried to rest in and I couldn't. Body just like up, and also if I got up in the night and went to the toilet or something like that, I would look at my watch and see what my heart rate was like. Another thing, I got these cramps, but I looked at it, whether it was just measuring my heart rate, but it was really low, like 50 something, and I got a cramp in my leg, and then my heart rate started, after the cramp had been dealt with, then the heart rate started increasing to like 90 or something. But that's because of pain, and then it started dropping it back down again. So yeah, fun and games. And I've also got like a dongle for my car coming. I've got some fault with my USB port in the phone. It charges, it's just not very good with data and syncing. I probably knocked it around a bit. It's something for me to be aware of, because if it starts not charging properly, then I need to say to myself, it's time to get a new phone. So yeah, it's all good. Right, well, this is Pixie sign off. I've got one to speak. Bye.